Hi guys, welcome to a new video, and today is going to be an update video of all the things I picked up in the last month and a half. I just really want to apologise first because I haven't made an update in October. I usually do an update every month, but I did it last month. The real reason was because I feel like I didn't have enough stuff to show, particularly like in the first couple of weeks of October. And then I just got really busy and time wasn't on my side, and it sort of got delayed and more, and I was getting a bit worried because probably a few people on YouTube were waiting for it. So I do apologise, but I've got some really good stuff for this update, and yeah, I'll get started as usual with the CDs first. And the first one is a charity shop purchase for 99p, and that's Suzanne Vega, the debut album from 1985. So this is a 30-year-old album, and it's aged really well. It sounds really fresh and haunting, particularly songs like Small Blue Thing, which gave me goosebumps the minute I heard it. Marlene on the Wall. Very simple, very nice, in a calm, relaxing environment, I'd like to say. So it was a good find. I was very pleased to have found it at such a good price as well. And yeah, I'm really getting into her. And then afterwards, I picked up one of her albums off eBay, and that's 9 Objects of Desire. I love this album because it's very different than the first one, because this is more jazzier. It's got a slight seductive feel to it, very sexy. I love the artwork as well. Very portrait-esque vibe to it, you know, with the apple and the bold green background. This album's nearly 20 years old, so again, it's just amazing how well our albums have aged. Great songs, Caramel, No Cheap Thrill, Honeymoon Suite. It's just really great. That was a good price as well. And the next one is a CD which I've wanted for a while, but every time I've looked for it online, it's just been too expensive. We're talking about £20 worth, and I really don't know why. I think it's become quite rare, and they've stopped making copies of it, printing. So I just kept looking until I found a copy of it at a really good price, and that's The Best of Toya. I love Toni Ash, just absolutely brilliant musician. Brilliant person. She's from Birmingham as well, where I'm from. Great image, great songs. I Want to Be Free, It's a Mystery, Thunder in the Mountains, Neon Room, which I've only just started getting into. A couple of the other tracks as well, which I'm quite new to. There is 18 tracks in it, so there's a lot to take in. Yeah, great. And she's a great actress as well. I love doing Quadrophenia. And the image and just everything about her. So yeah, and I'm really pleased to have found it at such a good price. I just wish I picked it up back in the day, to be honest, when it was more easier to find, but alas, I've got it now, so brilliant. The next one is a new release. It came out nearly 2 months ago now. I'm slightly disappointed with it though, because maybe I was expecting a bit more, and that's Leona Lewis with I Am, which is her 4th album, or 5th overall, because her last album was a Christmas album, so I'm not sure whether to include that. She's with a new label now. She's with Ireland, and previously she was with Psycho, whatever they're called. I don't really like that label, because with Psycho, I think they didn't know what to do with her, and I think they sort of mishandled her really badly, especially with the new releases she had, like with Glass Heart. And then she just moved on to Ireland, and she seems a lot more comfortable there. She seems a lot more happier, and she's got more freedom and creative control and everything. But I think this album, I've listened to it about 3 times since I bought it, and it just isn't. It's a bit safe, in my opinion. I really respect Leona. I think she's absolutely brilliant. She's got a great voice, and I know she's got loads of talent, but I just think that this album's just a bit too. Maybe I was expecting a bit more. I think it's because Glass Heart, when it came out at the time, I was blown away by it, because it was something that was very different for Leona, like sound-wise and production and everything. Particularly the album title track and songs like Shake It Up, I think it's called. And even though it sounds slightly dated now, I think maybe I was expecting something even better, but again, it's just even though it's got a nice production on this album and the instrumentals and everything, but it just hasn't blown me away. But again, I will support her whatever she releases in the future, and I won't neglect her. So, but that's I Am. And next is another new release. I haven't really listened to this album that much, but I do like the sound of it. But it isn't my favourite album by her, I must admit, and that's Honeymoon by Lana Del X. I think, again, Ultraviolence, when it came out last year, I loved it. And, of course, Born to Die, which will probably always be my favourite Lana Del Rey album. But this just hasn't 100% clicked with me yet. Even though there are some really great songs on here, like High by the Beach, Art Deco, which is really haunting. I'm not keen on Terrence Loves You. I'm not. I think it's just a bit slightly dull. I like Music to Watch Boys too. I think that's a good song. But I think it's because all of the other CDs I've bought recently, this has been in the shadows a bit. And I haven't bought the vinyl of this either. I usually do with every Lana Del Rey album. I always get the vinyl as well, but I haven't with this one. And I don't really plan to either. So I really would like Lana to do something a lot more experimental in the future. Even though she's flawless at what she does, I love the retro remix she has. I love the way you can tell it's her singing because she's got a really unique voice. But I really would like her to go a bit more risky with the next album. Obviously not like too risky, but something a bit more down a different path. So it's just me. Next one is another new purchase, and this has really blown me away. It is absolutely amazing. It's in my contender of albums of this year so far, and it's Church's second album, Every Open Eye. It is an amazing album from start to finish. I've listened to it probably about 10 times, maybe even more. Flawless album. It's just a work of art. Even though it's just way better than their first album, and I really loved their first album as well. I think everything that was wrong with the first album has been put right for this one. I think in some cases, like the first album, the melodies aren't as strong as the ones on this one. Even though songs like Lies and The Mother We Share are just stunning and beautiful electro pop. It's just, with this one, it feels like more of a body of work, in my opinion, like a proper good full album. My favourite tracks are, even though I love every track, Leave a Trace, Make Them Gold, which not a lot of people are keen on, but I love that song. Clearest Blue, High Enough to Carry Over, that's my favourite song on the album. Even though it's not sung by the lead singer, I just love the sound of it. The minute I heard it, I just loved it straight away, and it's been on repeat ever since. Empty Threat, it's got a really nice, happy, feel-good vibe to it as well. Playing Dead, it is just amazing. I wish I picked up the deluxe edition instead, but maybe in the future I might just download the extra tracks onto my iTunes. But yeah, I really love it, and I really wish I could try and get tickets to see them, but I think I've just spent too much money recently, so I'll leave that and miss. But I cannot wait for whatever the release in future. After such a good album from this one, I really will be looking forward to whatever the release next. So yeah, Every Open Eye, check it out. And next is another new album, and this is a comeback album from an artist who's been in the shadows for a few years, and it's Jake Jackson, Unbreakable. I don't know what number album this is. I don't know if it's a I don't know, it could be a 10th or something. She's released so many albums. I really like this album. It's really great. It's got some really good 90s feels to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Velvet Rope days. Some of you might understand what I mean. Favourite track on here is Burn It Up. That's the song I've been, going back to ever since, featuring Missy Elliott. I like The Great Forever as well. Should Have Known Better. To Be Loved. It's just great R&B, and I love the artwork as well, and she looks flawless, and she hasn't aged at all. I don't think it's been photoshopped either. She's just got really good jeans and really good bone structure and everything. I just love Janet. And And I've been listening to a lot of more other music recently as well as this one. So welcome back, Janet. We've all missed her. Next is David Bowie, Scary Monsters, the album from 1980. This is a 1999 reissue. I picked this up from HMV. And I've wanted this album for a while because I've been fascinated by the artwork and the fact that it's got Ashes to Ashes on, which is probably my favourite David Bowie song, along with Space Oddity. And I was really interested and intrigued to get it. Even though you should always listen to an album in order, I didn't with David Bowie. I didn't particularly care. I just wanted to get straight into this album. It's great. Ashes to Ashes, Fashion, Up the Hill Backwards, which I loved the minute I heard it. I just love his vocals on it. Even though I didn't know it was a single, but it wasn't one of his most well-known singles, unfortunately. And I love the artwork as well for this era. It's just amazing. It's sort of like a do-it-yourself kind of approach to it, with like the sketches of him and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and get some more of his albums in the future. Give me any recommendations if you want. The next one is the very best of Electra Heart Orchestra. I've been listening to a lot of this band recently and I love them. My dad likes a lot of their music as well. And favourite songs on here, Mr. Blue Sky, obviously. That's one of the songs that's always on the radio. Maybe like nearly every day. It's probably nearly on some radio station. Evil Woman's good, but it's not my favourite song. It's one of their most well-known singles, but it's not my favourite. Don't Bring Me Down. I love the production on that one. Living Thing, I love that, but the lyrics are very, very disturbing. If you really, yeah, it's not nice at all, but it's a great song nonetheless. Telephone Line, again, that's not my favourite one. I think it takes a while to sink into, but it's very unique as well. All Over the World, that's probably the song that got me into this band when I first heard them, because I saw it on the Top of the Pops performance on the television. That was the song that really got me going with them. Xanadu, not the version with Olivia Newton-John, I must say. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it, and I know they're coming back with a new album, I think, very, very soon, so that'll be interesting. And I love the artwork as well. One thing I love about this band is you always know the artwork with them because it's very unique, you know, the sci-fi colour space stations and everything. You know it's them once you see the artwork. So, yeah, brilliant purchase. Next one is Genesis, Turn It On Again, the hit. I've always liked a lot of Genesis music and I just wanted to get a greatest hit, and I thought I'd just pick up this one. Even though there's only 18 tracks on there, which of course isn't all the greatest hits, but I thought it was a good one to start off with. I must admit my favourite songs are the ones from the 80s, like Invisible Touch and Lands of Confusion. I also like Mama's Quite Strange, that's one of the more riskier ones I've heard. I Can't Dance, which is a very, very simple song, but it's very effective and very memorable. Hold On My Heart, Abacab, that's a really great early 80s production song. Tonight. Yeah, it's a really great album, and it's good to start off with. And I love how they've got like the font from each album, like all together, and that's really interesting. And the same with the back there. So yeah, and I really want to try to get some of Phil Collins music as well, and of course Peter Gabriel. And next is an album which I picked up. I wasn't gonna buy it intentionally. I just seen it at a good price, and I thought I'd just get it because a lot of people praise him, and I know a couple of his songs, and it was only $2.99 with any purchase from HMV. I bought this today. I got Genesis and Electra Heart Orchestra, and that's Billy Joel, The Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and 2. Even though this is an old CD, even though it's brand new when I bought it, but it's an old Greatest Hit. And 2 CDs worth of a really talented musician. I thought, why not try it, because it could be the best £2.99 I've ever spent. And the only songs I know are Piano Man, The Entertainer, My Life, what was the other one? Uptown Girl, which of course is way better than the Westlife version. And I thought I'd just give it a try, and I've only listened to it once, but I'm really, really inspired because he's got great lyrics and he's so talented, great voice as well, and definitely one of America's best artists, I think, in my opinion. So I really want to try and get into this CD a lot more, and I'm really glad I bought it. And it was just, it's just good how you buy something, not knowing to get it, and then you just do, and it turns out to be great. So yeah, love it. And the very last CD I bought this bit recently. I haven't listened to it yet because I haven't had much time, and it's Kirsten MacColl, a debut album, Desperate Character. This is the reissue version, like the one I bought for Kite, and I love Kite. This one includes, there's the only song that I know in it, and that's There's a Guy Who Works Down the Chip Shop, Swears He's Elvis. So I'm guessing this album's going to be a lot more earlier, like 80s, and a lot more dated than Kite. So I love the artwork as well, and I love Kirsten MacColl. I love all the music, so I'm very bound to like this anyway. And it's got a good booklet in here as well, like information and everything. So yeah, and that's it for the CDs, and then we'll move on to the vinyls. We'll start. I only picked up one 7-inch. I don't really buy that many 7-inches now. These days, because I've got a lot of the ones I want, and they've pretty much stopped making a lot of new music on 7-inch vinyls, unfortunately. The other one I picked up, and this was from a record fair months ago, and that's Lena Lewis, Bird Song. Great song, very eerie. I love the music video as well. Check it out. Very gothic in the church and everything. Even though Lucky Number's a lot more catchier than this song, this is still a really, really great track, and I love the artwork as well, really eerie. And next is a new album of it. I've only listened to this once, and we want to go back to it, and it's cover versions. It's an EP from Bat for Lashes and Toy, I believe. It's a project of the two artists collaborating, and it's like an EP of psychedelic covers. And I've only listened to it once. It's very, very experimental and dark, but it was an exclusive as well, because it's not on CD, and there was only a certain amount of copies of this made. So I just wanted to jump at the chance and get it, because I love Bat Flashes as well, and I can't wait for the next album. Even though I do prefer her as a solo artist, this is still really good, and I really can't wait for the next album. Next one is one that I bidded on eBay, and I didn't think I'd win it, but I did, and I was really, really happy. And it was quite a good price, considering it's quite rare in the UK to find this album on vinyl, and that's Janet, the 1993 album. This will always be my favourite Janet album. I love it from start to finish. I love even the little interludes between each song, because it really, like, each song really does feel like it's got its own little world and everything, a different feel. So it's really clever, and I'm not really keen on the interludes anyway, but in this album it works well. I love the artwork, even though some parts of it are slightly dated, like the font. I don't know why, I've never liked the font for it, but that's just me. And this is gatefold as well, and you open it up, it's just got the plain lyrics on it, and the names of the songs in the background, white backdrop. Favourite songs are That's the Way I Love Girls, You Want This. That was a really underrated track on there. This Time, I love that one as well. Whoops Now, Again, Because of Love. Mainly the singles really, but yeah, a couple of other tracks as well. A masterpiece album. Definitely one of the greatest albums of the 90s in my opinion. So yeah, and it was a really good price really for what it was. And I'm glad I won it. Next one is a new album, and I didn't really plan to buy this, but I thought I'd check it out, and I'm glad I did, and I bought the album on vinyl, and it's Hurt, and this is their third album, Surrender. Now, when Hurt first started, I did like their music, but I've never bought any of their albums. And then the second album came, and I don't remember much being promoted about it. I remember seeing it on the shelves in shops, but I don't remember seen any songs about it or anything. And then I heard this one came out, and I heard really good reviews for it. And I thought, oh, maybe it's a good album, and I'll just let it go over my head. And then someone I know bought it and said how good it was, and then I decided to check out one of the songs on here, Wish, which is a beautiful ballad on YouTube. And I loved that song so much that I wanted to get the album, and I wanted to get it on vinyl as well, because it includes a CD in here, which is great. So you got the full package, and it is a really, really great album. Not as good as Church's new album, I must say, but this isn't very far behind, and it's really surprising because this isn't an album I'll just pick up anywhere. I picked it up just because of that one song, Wish, and some of the other tracks are just as good. Some Kind of Heaven, Why, Lights, Kaleidoscope, Perfect Timing, it is nearly all good. I must say, the only track that I'm not very keen on is the intro track, Surrender, the album title track, because I think it's a little bit short and unnecessary. But I love the artwork as well. And I would like to try and get into some of their earlier albums, but I have a feeling that this will be the one that I'll always love. And it's a beautiful gatefold vinyl as well, with them standing. It's very classic. They've always had like a classic image about them, which I've always admired, especially the lead singer. The albums themselves are just simple black ones with a black label, with the inlays with lyrics. And like I said, it comes with the CD, which is great, so you don't have to buy the CD and the vinyl if you want. So yeah, so that was a really good surprise. I got this one off Amazon, so yeah, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. And next one is, I picked this up recently, and it's Church's Every Open Eye. I loved it that much, so I wanted to get the vinyl for it. This is gatefold, even though it's only got one vinyl with it. Really, really nice vinyl. Really nice smooth feel to it as well. And this one doesn't include the CD, I must say. It comes with a download code though. So if you want the album on the iTunes, the code's with it. And yeah, it sounds even better on vinyl. Sometimes when I buy a CD on vinyl, if I love it that much, I just want to get the vinyl for it, because I like to hear both of them. And when this is put up on speakers really loud, it just sounds worth it. And yeah, fantastic. And the very, very last one is one that I'm really pleased about that's come out. Unfortunately, there was another album that was with it, but I only picked up the one for some reason. But I will get it very soon, and it will be in my next update, I promise. And this is Electra Heart by Marina and the Diamonds. I'm just so pleased that Marina's first two albums have been finally reissued onto vinyl, because the demand for it has been so high. So many fans have really wanted Marina's past LPs to be put onto vinyl format. Even though the Family Jewels was put onto vinyl, it became very, very rare, and a lot of fans were asking for copies of it, and they were going for sky high prices on eBay. Some were going for about £150. I'm not sure about other countries in the world, like America. I don't know, but I know in the UK that the demand was extremely out of this world. And finally, the record label has finally answered the fans' prayers, and it's been put out. Like I said, I only picked up this one because I pre-ordered it ages ago. This was before this was before the Family Jewels was announced on vinyl as well, so I ended up with just this one at the moment. But I will definitely pick up the Family Jewels very soon, because I always get the fear that they'll be sold out and it'll become rare again. But glorious, in an amazing gatefold vinyl as well. And the track listed on here as well is quite unusual, because it includes Radioactive and How to Be a Heartbreaker, which weren't on the original album on CD, even though Radioactive is on the deluxe edition, and How to Be a Heartbreaker is on the American version, I believe. So it includes some really essential tracks on here as well, and it looks absolutely glorious on vinyl. I'm just glad that it's happened, and yeah, all of Mina's albums are now on vinyl officially. So fantastic, and it sounds brilliant, and it's nice going back to an album 3 years after its release and gloriously enjoying it. And I can't wait for Family Jewels as well. And that is it, everyone. Nearly half an hour's worth. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I apologise for the delay and everything. I just wanted to make this update worthwhile, and I hope it has, because I've got some good vinyls there to show. And the next update will, I can't promise, I will try and do one in December, but if I don't, it will definitely be just after Christmas, because my birthday's after Christmas as well, so I'll definitely have things to show you then. I will definitely do a top 5 albums of this year as well, because I love making those videos as well, and I pretty much know which ones I'm going to choose. So that's it, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you had a good Halloween as well, and Christmas is soon. And speak to you soon, guys. Leave a comment. Bye.